x in the denominator, and then you just have everything except for where the denominator is 0. For these, where you have the x squareds, you have a gap, okay, in between there.
So for those type of problems, like you have to factor out to get your absolute numbers. If you set it greater than or equal to 0, that can get you in trouble because that can confuse you.
It can confuse you, right?
It says if you set it greater than or equal to 0, if the x is greater than or equal to negative 6.
Because then you don't know if it's, because you really don't know by solving whether it really is greater than or equal to 0. You really don't know that until you apply a test point, because it could be points in between. And then you also, then what are you going to do with the 6? Is that going to be greater than or equal to 0 too? See what I mean? So it's better just to set it equal to and then work it from there. All right.
I think I got everything I was having trouble with. I understand everything now. It's just that square root thing that was.
Yeah. Okay, what else? Oh, and then F, right? Now F was like what we did on the previous page. F was like this one. Okay? So you had to set, in that case, let's go back. Okay, for F, we've got f of x is equal to 1 over x minus 2, right? Minus square root of 3 minus x. Okay, now first of all, you see this minus? For the purposes of what we're doing on a number line, that don't matter if it's plus or minus. Okay, for what we're doing, we're just looking at it in two dimension, or one dimension actually. We don't care if it's going up or down. So it don't matter if it's plus or minus. So the first one,
X minus 2 equals 0.
x minus 2 equals 0, right?
X
So there-
cannot equal 2.
X cannot equal 2, right? Because 2 here will give us what?
A 0.
A 0 and therefore
Undefined.
undefined. Good. So we know that number line at 2, right, is going to be what?
Open.
Open, and then everything else is
Infinite.
negative infinity to infinity, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so far so good. Now how about the square root of 3 minus x?
Is that greater than or equal to 0?
3 minus x is greater than or equal to 0, right?
Yeah, and so it's always going to be greater than or equal to 0?
Yeah, because when you go to subtract 3 minus 3, right?
Yeah, you gotta
Minus 3 and minus 3,
divide,
and now you got negative x greater than or equal to negative 3.
and then you got to divide the
Then you have
negative.
the, right, then you divide by negative 1, and then that's when
The signs change.
the sign flips, right?
Yeah,
Good.
but other than that, it's always going to be greater than?
Yeah, that's right. So when you see a number minus x, you know it's going to go the other way.
Alright.
All right. Okay, so now here we have, here's 3, right? And that's open or closed?
Close.
Closed. And is that going to the right or to the left?
Right. No, left.
Left, because it's less than, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And that's going to negative infinity. All right? So, that means we got, what do we have here? We've got
Negative infinity.
negative infinity, right?
Yeah.
It's going negative infinity, but then at 2, it's what?
Open.
Open. And then it goes on, right?
Yeah. That's
Oh,
three.
and then what about 3?
Close.
Closed.
And then with that goes backwards. Back to.
Yeah, and then that's it, right? Because anything, what happens to the second one with anything greater than 3?
You get a negative.
You get a negative, right? Because if you're at 4, that that would be 3 minus 4, you get a negative 1, right?
Yeah.
So we can't have that. Alright, so now our domain is what?
Negative infinity to 2,
Negative infinity to 2,
and then
open or close?
open.
Open, good.
Union,
Union,
2 to 3,
2 to 3,
and that's closed.
closed, good.
This is getting easy.
Yeah, see, now it's starting to
It's all
groove
certain.
in for you. Okay, so whether it's plus or minus like that, or one over the other, no, we don't have one here, but the process is the same, right?
Yeah. And finally.
Okay, page 3, kind of getting a little short here on time. Usually the modeling and the domain problems are where people tend to have trouble, everything else. One more is 9. People tend to forget that they have to distribute that negative for the f of a on 9. But usually that's the one thing you got to watch out for.
What negative?
What?
What negative?
Well, for 9, you've got that,
Which one?
you've got to find f of a, right? And then you have to find f of
Oh, I
a
understand.
plus h, right?
I understand.
And then you have that f of
A plus
a
H
plus h
minus
minus f of a
that negative.
over h. Yeah, this one.
Now that one.
People forget to distribute that negative into that f of a, so that you have to watch that. Okay?
But Mr. Sandy, don't we have to apply those to all 4 of those?
Yeah. Yes, you're going to do that to all 4. Okay.
So you got 4 answers for A.
So you've got 3. You've got f of a. You got a, b, and c for the first one. A, b, c for the
Yeah.
second one, and so on. Okay. All right. And then you have modeling problems. Should not be on the last page. Okay, good job. See you tomorrow. If you have any other questions, come see me, okay?